Taylor Swift hugs her mother Andrea and brother Austin Swift after finishing her final concert in Toronto. On Saturday night, Taylor Swift took to the stage at the Rogers Centre for her sixth and final concert in Toronto. However, after the concert ended, the Swift family had a sweet moment that captured the hearts of fans. Taylor Swift was seen rushing into her mother Andrea's arms, the two sharing a long hug, and then Taylor also hugged her brother Austin Swift, their sweet moment immediately becoming the highlight of the final night. Emotions welled up for Taylor Swift in her final night in Toronto, looking back at the approaching end of the record-shattering Eras tour. Wearing a breathtaking berry red gown, the folklore and evermore singer-songwriter paused during the standing ovation that followed her performance of Champagne Problems to thank the 49,000 in attendance plus her team for constant support. The videos from the show are surfacing on the internet, in which one can witness tears welled in Taylor's eyes as she expressed gratitude to the cheering crowd at the Rogers Centre. "And to my band and to my crew and everybody who has put so much into this tour, and I don't even know what I'm saying, I'm just having a bit of a moment, sorry," she admitted, brushing her cheeks as she fought off emotions. The crowd roared back, and Swift laughed to answer, "It's not even the last show, she said. The Eras tour has been an extraordinary global phenomenon, with Swift performing over 140 shows around 5 continents. Her stop in Toronto was the second-to-last leg of the tour, which left 3 concerts in Vancouver from December 6 to 8. Speaking heartfelt sincerity to the crowds, Swift threw praise not only at her team, but also at the audience for their support. "My band, my crew, all my fellow performers. We have put so much of our lives into this, and you have put so much of your lives into being with us tonight and giving us that moment. We will never forget," she said, looking back on her visit to Toronto. Swift pointed out this special connection that live performance artists and audience members shared during the event. "We've loved our time in Toronto. It's been so amazing," she said, her voice heavy with emotion as the crowd cheered and applauded her statement. As the Eras tour winds down to a close, Swift's night in Toronto underscores the monumental impact this journey has had on both her fans and the artist, as she gets ready to close the door on this monumental chapter in her career. Kelce was spotted at the 6th and final night of the singer's stop in Toronto, Canada, on Saturday, greeting fans and wearing numerous friendship bracelets. In a photo shared on social media, Ed was spotted trading his handmade jewelry with others, a fan-made tradition that was inspired by a lyric in Swift's song, "You're on Your Own, Kid." Ed's attendance seems fitting, as Saturday's concert was a special one for Swift, her 6th and final one at Rogers Centre. At the start of the show, the singer thanked the crowd by telling them that they helped make her tour the very first tour to ever play 6 sold-out shows at the venue. After Saturday's show, only 3 more Eras tour shows remain. Swift will finally wrap up her 149 concerts in Vancouver on December 8, nearly 21 months after kicking off the record-breaking tour on March 17, 2023. While Travis wasn't spotted at Swift's concert on Saturday, Ed's presence at the show didn't come as a total surprise. He and the "Cruel Summer" singer have grown close since she and the Kansas City Chiefs tight end started dating in July 2023. Recently, the pop star was seen chatting with Ed at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, in September when they got together to support Travis during his first game of the 2024-2025 NFL season. Swift and Ed were spotted sitting next to each other in Travis' private suite as they discussed what was happening on the field during the Chiefs' matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Months prior, Ed gushed over his potential future daughter-in-law, telling the Los Angeles Times that he loves how down-to-earth the famous singer is at football games. "Every game there's people crowding outside the front of that suite trying to get a glimpse of Taylor, wanting to meet Taylor," he said in February. Taylor Swift's 2 selections for Acoustic set on Saturday couldn't have had a starker contrast, as she chose fun and effervescent love tunes for her first mashup and painful breakup songs of unrequited love for the second. "It's never the same," Swift explained to the audience on her final night in Toronto. Her purple dress shimmered under the Rogers Centre spotlight, serving as a harbinger to the first song she'd perform, "Sparks Fly," from "Speak Now," Taylor's version. She blended in "Message in a Bottle," a vault track from "Red," Taylor's version. Before sitting at the piano, she should have handed out tissues to the 49,000 fans. At the keys, Swift fused "You're Losing Me" from Midnights with "How Did It End" from The Tortured Poets Department. Both songs have powerhouse bridges. Her final line was the combined line from both tracks, "You're Losing Me, How Did It End?" The 14-time Grammy winner will conclude her 2-year adventure on December 8 in Vancouver, Canada. There are just 4 shows left. 1 in Toronto on November 23 and 3 in Vancouver. Before the billion-dollar production comes to a close forever, and to celebrate, Swift performed a long-awaited mix at the Rogers Centre. So it's no surprise that fans screamed when she burst into Cassandra, from the Tortured Poets Department album, Mad Woman from Folklore and I Did Something Bad from Reputation, even using her piano skills to show off her talent. The news comes as fans expect her to release Reputation, Taylor's version, sometime in the future, and this could be taken as a cryptic hint towards that by Swifties. As she delivered the gift in front of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, she eventually went on to sing Better Than Revenge, Mr. Perfectly Fine, State of Grace and Labyrinth, alongside her common hits such as Love Story, Blank Space and All Too Well, sounds that catapulted her to stardom. Swift then concluded the evening by giving her mother a lengthy hug after walking off stage as they celebrate her success from aspiring country singer back in 2009 to global phenomenon in 2024. Comparder and WhatsApp envier pour email NFL. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce take over Christmas, love, football, and Easter eggs in new holiday films. NFL. Even if Kelly Stafford is jealous of Taylor Swift, she was quick to send a message to Jason Kelce and Kylie that will help them. Taylor Swift continues on her Eras Tour swansong, but stopped to give fans in Toronto a surprise on Friday, November 22, as the 34-year-old star performed a mix of 3 of her famous tracks to fans. There are just 4 shows left. 1 in Toronto on November 23 and 3 in Vancouver. Before the billion-dollar production comes to a close forever, and to celebrate, Swift performed a long-awaited mix at the Rogers Centre. So it's no surprise that fans screamed when she burst into Cassandra, from the Tortured Poets Department album, Mad Woman from Folklore and I Did Something Bad from Reputation, even using her piano skills to show off her talent. The news comes as fans expect her to release Reputation, Taylor's version, sometime in the future, and this could be taken as a cryptic hint towards that by Swifties. As she delivered the gift in front of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, she eventually went on to sing Better Than Revenge, Mr. Perfectly Fine, State of Grace and Labyrinth, alongside her common hits such as Love Story, Blank Space and All Too Well, sounds that catapulted her to stardom. Swift then concluded the evening by giving her mother a lengthy hug after walking off stage as they celebrate her success from aspiring country singer back in 2009 to global phenomenon in 2024. When does the Eras Tour actually end? Swift has been on tour for approximately 18 months since she kicked off the marathon of shows at the State Farm Stadium in California all the way back on March 17, 2023. Now 146 shows, 49 cities, 5 continents and a failed terrorist attack later, the 34-year-old pop star prepares to bring the Eras Tour to a memorable, but definitive, close. She will do so on December 8 at the BC Place in Vancouver, officially ending the tour that has grossed $1.9 billion. Taylor Swift is singing with her dress unbuttoned, well, unzipped, in the midst of an unforeseen technical issue. In the middle of her Friday, November 22, concert at Toronto's Rogers Centre, Swift, 34, appeared to have a technical issue during her Tortured Poets Department set. As Swift sang, "But Daddy I Love Him," she stoically stood in place while backup dancer Natalie Peterson seemed to adjust her mic pack. In social media footage, fellow performer Cam Saunders, for his part, assisted Peterson by holding Swift's dress in place. Friday was Swift's 5th concert in Toronto, where she also delighted fans with an array of new acoustic mashups. Swift combined Ours and The Last Great American Dynasty for her guitar selection before launching into a 3-part medley of Cassandra, Mad Woman, and I Did Something Bad on piano. Swift has been on tour since March 2023, performing more than 40 songs across all of her current and past albums. She also has a surprise song section, where she rotates additional tracks each night. I want to be as creative as possible with the acoustic set moving forward, and I don't want to limit anything or say, oh, if I played this song, I can't play it again, Swift previously explained during her Australian show in February. So, from now on, I don't want to take any paint colors out of the paintbox, or tools out of the toolbox. She added at the time, I want to be able to play songs more than once if I feel like it, and I want to be able to make changes to songs. By this summer, Swift started introducing mashups to the set list, where she seamlessly blended tracks from different albums together. Swift will wrap the Eras tour, which her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, exclusively told Us Weekly in May was unbelievable, for good on December 8. After a Saturday, November 23, concert in Toronto, Swift will hit Vancouver for a 3-night residency. People have been like, how are you going to celebrate the 100th show? The celebration of the 100th show for me means this is the very first time I've acknowledged to myself and admitted that this tour is going to end in December. Like, that's it, Swift previously said during her June concert in Liverpool, England. It's been the most exhausting, all-encompassing, but most joyful, most rewarding, most wonderful thing that has ever happened in my life. She continued, I think that this tour has really become my entire life. It's taken over everything. I think I once had hobbies, but I don't know what they were anymore. All I do when I'm not on stage is sit at home and try to think of clever acoustic song mashups and think about what you might want to hear. As part of her acoustic set, Swift, 34, picked up her guitar and began with Mr. Perfectly Fine, a song from Fearless, Taylor's version, which was released in 2021. But it was the seamless transition into Better Than Revenge that truly got fans buzzing. Better Than Revenge has been long speculated by fans to be about 35-year-old Jonas's relationship with actress Camilla Bell, which blossomed shortly after his split with Swift after a brief romance in 2008. Swifties know all too well that the 14-time Grammy winner's song lyrics are often deeply personal, and the first verse of this track reflects that feeling of being blindsided by a breakup. She came along, got him alone, and let's hear the applause / she took him faster than you can say, sabotage. It's safe to say fans were A-OK with Swift's performance, taking to X, formerly Twitter, to express their feelings, and rehash some old ones with Jonas. My two favorite songs on Fearless and